Year-old boy chokes to death in a school cafeteria. And now one state assemblyman is working on a plan to make sure that never happens again. What Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson found that caught the Milwaukee lawmakers' attention.
It's a story you've seen and heard time and time again.
3 minutes of sheer terror.
Someone is choking.
I could be dead right now.
And someone else.
Hey, baby. Come on, baby.
Steps up to be their hero.
It just flew out. Can't even explain how proud we are.
My baby's okay.
My grandson saved my life.
Unfortunately,
there are sometimes unhappy endings.
It doesn't always end that way.
He meant everything to me, you know.
Mark Megna's 9-year-old son Sam died last summer after choking on a home-packed lunch in a Milwaukee Public Schools cafeteria.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
The first adult Sam encountered while choking did not know how to do the Heimlich maneuver. A second tried the Heimlich without success, and a third attempted CPR to no avail. Sam was eventually taken to Children's Hospital, where he died 9 days later.
When your parents die, you know, you lose a little bit of yourself. You know, but when Sam died, I lost everything.
There is little doubt the adults who attended to Sam were trying to help him, and there's no way to know if a faster or better trained response would have made a difference. But Sam's father questions why they waited until Sam had lost consciousness to call 911, and the school district's own insurance company found that none of the adults monitoring the cafeteria that day had up-to-date training in CPR, including the Heimlich maneuver.
All I want to know is, are teachers required to be CPR certified?
A Fox 6 investigation finds they are not. Milwaukee Public Schools do not require staff members to get the training, and neither does Wisconsin state law.
It's absolutely tragic.
And that's where State Assemblyman Daniel Reamer comes in.
We need a plan to make sure this never happens again.
Reamer and his staff watched our investigation at the Megna family's request.
It really touched us.
And immediately began researching what they could do to prevent a similar tragedy in the future.
My hope is that this story, that the one you've already shared, the one you're continuing to tell, will provide anyone who has doubts with at least a side of the story that says, you know, this is urgent, this is important.
According to the National Safety Council, choking is the 4th leading cause of accidental death in the United States, with 30 to 40 school-aged children choking to death in America every year.
I think this is a big wake-up call.
And Roy Shaw says that makes preparing for a choking incident in school critical.
Get trained before the emergency happens.
His Michigan-based company, Pro Training LLC, keeps track of which states require teachers to get training in CPR and the Heimlich maneuver. And their map shows Wisconsin is surrounded by states that require at least some school staff members to get the training, including Indiana and Michigan, which require all teachers to be CPR certified before they can get a teaching license. But in Wisconsin, only students are required to get the training. For staff, it's voluntary.
We've got to make sure teachers know what to do. They know how to remove, a chicken finger from a throat. They know how to provide a Heimlich maneuver, that they know at least the basics of CPR.
Reamer says he's in the early stages of research to determine the best and most cost-effective approach for Wisconsin.
If we provide people who interact with children the right tools, it's my hope that this will never happen again.
So the next choking story you hear is one of celebration.
I can't say thank you enough for what he did.
Rather than sorrow.
We want the rules to change so that other parents don't have to go through what we're going through.
Last fall, the governing body of high school sports in Wisconsin, the WIAA, instituted its own requirement that coaches be certified in CPR and first aid. Representative Reamer is hoping to craft something similar for other school staff members, though he says he can't introduce anything until at least next January, when a new legislative session begins. In the newsroom, Brian Polson, Fox 6 Investigators.